We want to get right to breaking news. Today, it's a historic verdict.
A New York jury has found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. The first time a former U.S. president has been convicted of a crime.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
Arizona representatives have been reacting to the news since it came out.
So we are going to send things over to News 4 Tucson's political specialist, Eric Fink, with the response. Eric.
Monica Shawn, a former president, has been found guilty on multiple felonies. We are in uncharted territory here. This has never happened before in this country. A former president found guilty on criminal charges. It took a jury of 5 men and 7 women less than 12 hours to find former President Trump guilty on all 34 charges of falsifying business records. Sharp reaction today from across the political spectrum. The Biden-Harris campaign releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "In New York today, we saw that no one is above the law. There is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, at the ballot box. Convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee for president." Arizona Republican Congressman Eli Crane, who represents the state's 2nd district, says, turns out that when the ruling class of Democrats, quote, defends democracy, it looks a lot like election interference. Democratic Congressman and U.S. Senate candidate Ruben Gallego saying on X, "I respect our justice system and the rule of law. The process played out, and we should always demand accountability from our elected leaders." And Republican Senate candidate Kari Lake, the party's likely nominee in November, saying, quote, "We just witnessed the most egregious example of election interference and outright mockery of the rule of law in the 246-year history of our republic. This entire process, right down to the verdict itself, has been nothing but a shameful political stunt." Now, the sentence that is coming up on July 11th for Mr. Trump, it could range from a fine to supervision to prison time. And that July 11th sentencing, that is just 4 days before the start of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, we'll hear from the leaders of the Pima County Democratic Party and the Pima County Republican Party. In studio live for now, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.
Thank you, Eric. And we're